Hey, pals, buds, and lovely.
Doing ASMR.
I thought I would change it up to see if anybody would react differently if I didn't come up with such energy when I always do it.
I'm
Hey,
juicing
pals,
so
buds,
much.
and lovely. Welcome back to Booning and Musing with
Megan?
and Hannah. Who-dee-who.
You know who says that?
No.
I've been playing Animal Crossing recently, and they say that in Animal Crossing.
They say hooty-hoo.
It's Blathers, yeah. But he said he doesn't actually say it. It's in the translation because they talk like.
Oh, and it's translated to
yeah,
hooty-hoo.
but it's
So
typed out.
Up for interpretation.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
definitely hooty hoo. I think it's HOOTIE-HOO.
Hootie instead of hootie.
Hooty-hoo.
Because when I say it like kind of with like a D. Hootie.
I do too.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo. How many episodes did we do that for? Like 2?
Not a lot.
3?
I don't, like probably maybe 3 to 4. I'd say.
This is
I'm gonna say-
deep mooning and musing lore.
Yeah.
Today we're doing a Greek mythology episode.
I'm so excited to do the Greek
we
mythology
actually
episode.
we just did some research and laughed really hard
The
because I
juices are
said
flowing.
Tinky Winky,
Yeah.
and now we're back to Greek mythology. So let me pull up my notes.
Oof.
But you could start.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
If you want me to I have the creation story, so maybe I should start.
Okay, yeah. Ooh,
Okay,
you
so-
highlighted it in green.
I
She
know.
put it on her laptop, and this is different because I just got my handy dandy notebook over here.
Well, I did my homework late. I procrastinated,
She did,
so I had to be able to type so I could
The
go fast.
highlighting is very nice. Okay. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so
I'm
Greek
excited.
mythology, everything's ridiculous. Like, it's crazy in Greek mythology all the time. So this is their story of creation, which it kind of reminded me of the Big Bang Theory a little bit,
Okay.
because it starts with, because the Big Bang is like, I'm gonna get into this in a second, but it was like the little ball of like everything that exists now, and then
Yeah.
it just exploded.
Big
in
Bang.
a bang.
Yeah.
So, the Greek story of creation, first, there was chaos. Chaos was the embodiment of nothingness, and from that came a whole bunch of gods, which they became other shit. So, like, the first one was Gaia, which is earth, and then Tartarus, which is suffering abyss. Which is
Very
what I wrote
detailed
down.
description.
And Uranus, which was the heavens.
Yeah, it is.
I am so juicy right now. I'm so sorry. I'm
I
gonna
was a little phlegmy earlier.
Okay, so at some point, Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, the heavens, did the diddly, and they produced a bunch of offspring. I literally wrote a script almost.
Yeah.
But noticeably some super scary monsters. The Cyclops and... You ready for me to try to say this?
Oh, okay.
Hecaton Kyries.
Yeah, that's
Hecaton
correct.
Kyries. I say that right?
Yeah, that's how that guy said it. Yeah, and that's what, the 100-handed ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Cyclops obviously has the one eye. Everyone knows who the Cyclops is.
Everyone knows who the Cyclops is.
But Uranus thought that they were ugly, their dad, and locked him up in Tartarus because he looked at him like, those things are spooky. Gaia
Well-
didn't like it.
Well, I
And-
mean,
Yeah,
because, like, what are we doing? You're still allowed to do that?
yeah.
What the fuck?
Her kids.
Yeah.
That happens a few times where the women like rebel against the men. Like, obviously this whole system is going to be very patriarchal.
It is, yes.
So she went to her other kids, which were like the Titans. I get this mixed up because there were 3 layers of revolting before we got to the Olympians. There was the first revolt and the second one, and then we're at the first one right now. So she goes to her kids and she goes, "Can y'all cut off your dad's peener
Is that
and overthrow him?" Yeah, she asked them to cut
is
off
that
the
how she
genitals.
phrased it?
I'm sure that's exactly how she said it, not in
Very
perfect English
Classical.
with slang.
yeah. Had to fix my fucking foot. It was dying. It literally was just absolutely just not feeling
Tingling.
anything under there. Yeah.
So their kids were the Titans, which y'all probably know who the Titans are if you took a class in middle school at all.
Oh my god. Jeez.
The only one of her kids that had the gall to go cut off their dad's peener was Cronus. Okay? So Cronus did it, and effectively, I thought this was so, like, poetic of them, split the earth from the heavens because Uranus and Gaia.
Okay. That is clever.
Yep. And
I
then
did like that.
from his peener blood, so much stuff was born. Like, so they cut it off. I don't know where it went. I guess it just
Sprayed across. Oh, I'm picturing from the scene of Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh my gosh,
The
yes. When it's flying
he
through the
chops
air.
it, yeah.
Literally. But that's where the Furies came from. Aphrodite, which we'll get to that later because we are going to do like an intro to the gods.
And there are 2 stories with that. There are like 2 versions.
I only wrote down the one. I don't know. Actually, I do know the other one. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm flexing that I know it. So this effectively made the Titans the overrunning gods or whatever. But Cronus, guess what he did?
Like when he gets older?
No, right away.
What?
Don't read my notes. It says cheating.
Oh my
I saw
God.
you glance.
You know what's funny is that I, that's impossible for someone to glance so fat like that is what I did. Like a split second glance. There's no way I could even read a fucking word.
You're right. I tried.
That was because I did see colors and words, but I was I wasn't reading anything. Also, no, I will not guess. Tell me right now.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys right now. He gets the power, immediately puts them bitches back in Tartarus.
Wow.
That was his whole task, the whole reason he did it, and he was like, no, they are scary, and put them back in Tartarus. And then I don't know what happened with that. I don't know what happened with Guy after that.
Well, why are people so weird about something having 100 hands? What's up with that?
That would probably freak me out, too. It made me think of the biblical angel. Do y'all know about the biblical angel?
Jeez.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Probably not.
Okay, so the way that, angels are described in the Bible is, they have a whole bunch of eyeballs, and they're just, they're scary. When they approach people, they're like, fear not, young child.
But they look
because they
fearful.
look horrifying. I'll put a picture of it in the video.
Oh,
see it.
All right.
So it was prophesied by Uranus that Cronus would also be overthrown. Okay, so naturally, what
Cronus
you do
is I better fucking stay on top of that, right?
Yeah. So he doesn't get condoms or just quit having sex.
No,
He's
because that's absurd. I'm gonna still fuck around, but if this bitch has a fucking baby, what's he gonna do?
I'm gonna eat it.
Period. That's how my brain is that's the only way that you can get there. He's probably gone over the plan over 100 times, and he's the only way to get this taken care of is just to eat my fucking kids.
I'm gonna eat them.
I gotta eat my child.
So that's what he did. He ate 4 or 5 of them.
He was tossing them back.
Finally, his baby mama Rhea, I don't know if that was his wife or what, it doesn't matter, fed him a rock instead, which I think, if you don't notice that you're eating a rock instead of a human baby.
That's what I'm saying earlier.
You.
I don't understand what that, seriously, you're the idiot. You can't tell the difference between a rock and a baby. Jesus. So that baby that survived was Zeus, and then we all know eventually Zeus did overthrow them. And that's a simplified chain of events. It took years of mythical time, but let's jump into that. Yep, so from there, we get the gods. So let's talk about the big ones. Zeus's siblings were the gods. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I got this. Too long. You guys gotta watch the video version, I swear. Okay. Zeus, god of sky, lightning, thunder, law, order, and justice. I love that with these gods and goddesses, they give them so many things to be in charge of. Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I was that's such a weird way to say it. Well, we're about to list all the big ones, which we're about to go through the whole list, but there's little ones too. If you can think of a thing, there's probably a god for the minor one. They just had everything, Nike. Really. Is that the one that's on all the Olympic medals? I actually was going to talk about Nike a little later, but yeah, I think on so the Olympic medals. It says he's the god of lightning and thunder. Can you imagine if he was just the god of lightning and no thunder? He didn't get the thunder part. Lightning McQueen and Chick. Kachiga. He's what comes after lightning? Thunder, right? Is that his response or something like that? Literally them. Stupid. And then Hera's his wife, she's the queen goddess of the Olympians. Honestly, a lot of the sites only listed her as queen goddess of the Olympians, but she's apparently the goddess of family, marriage, and childbirth. Yeah, I knew that. Yep. And she's known for being vindictive towards whatever women Zeus is going after, which is all the time. He's the horniest person ever. Literally ever. There's some insane tales of him trying to just catch some tail. Oh. Okay. All right. My next is good. Poseidon, god of seas. Yay. Water. Love him. Storms, hurricanes, earthquakes, and horses. Father Percy Jackson. Also Hestia. Hestia doesn't even go here. I literally forgot about her. She's forgotten all the time. Yeah, she's the goddess of hearth, home, and hospitality.
That's Hestia. Bland, boring, Jessica.
Are you seriously like home is such a big deal?
But like she just stays on Olympus and keeps the fire going, which I would appreciate if I was one of the gods. But as a what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who's just watching what's going on. Boring.
Yawn. Alright, well, I see your argument there. Alright, okay. Yeah. That is boring.
Earth is important, though. I get it, but this is fiction.
Alright. I get the next one. Hades.
Period. Also, downtrodden man.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot. No. Later in the episode. Okay. God of the dead, the underworld, and riches. That's all he got.
Riches is pretty cool.
Yeah. It made me think of the Percy Jackson series. Like, they touch on that with, like, the riches. With
him being, that's cool. Okay, I got Demeter, too. Her main claim to fame is her daughter, Persephone, but she's the agriculture
is a fascinating goddess, yeah, of what she's a goddess of and stuff like that. I thought that was cool.
But she definitely gets overshadowed by Persephone.
Well, yeah. And she's always known for, like, yeah.
And we're not even gonna, unless were you gonna talk about that?
No, but I was gonna talk about a show that like, highlights certain things. Like, that was gonna be with, like, the modern stuff.
Period. Yeah, we weren't going to talk about that myth because I feel like everyone knows that one.
I feel like.
But I did see that there's a modern book about it. That like is like a romance book, which I'm sure that
Are you talking about of Hades and Persephone?
Yeah, I think it's called Touch of Darkness or something.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to check that one out.
There's a lot of stuff about them.
Yeah, if y'all have read that one, let me know. I think Brittany Broski just talked about the Lore Olympus series, which is based around them, but I actually haven't watched that podcast, which we thought was crazy. We're just getting off topic now, but we literally were like, we'll do a Greek mythology episode, and then she did her Greek mythology episode, and that's happened twice now. Like the cryptid one too. Times. We were first on that one. I'm just saying.
It is crazy.
Anyway.
It's like our brains jump into the same thing after we get bored of the other
hyperfixation.
What's the next one? Literally hopping around. I got Apollo. His is absurd, dude. Are you ready for this? And I'm going to say it so rapid, fast, that those listeners, the few that we have on Spotify, will not be able to understand what I'm saying. Okay, ready?
Is that your goal?
Yeah. I'm trying to say it as fast as fucking possible. I want everybody to understand how, this is absurd how many he has. Like, he just wasn't comfy, and he just had to keep looking for something else.
Doing stuff. Me.
Okay.
Feel that.
God of sun, light, prophecy, archery, truth, inspiration, poetry, music, arts, manly beauty, medicine, healing, and plague.
Manly beauty.
Yeah.
I
thought that was funny too, because there's another thing with the Aries one where it says manly virtues, and I'm like, so what does that even mean?
I think Aphrodite has the womanly version of both of those. Interesting. Also, namesake of Hannah's cat Apollo. I will put a picture of Apollo. Doing. Wait.
What about right here?
Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Also Hannah's cat's namesake. I also think she's the one that has like the archers, and they're hunters? All virgins, right? That's her, or is that Demeter?
The hunters. No, it's Artemis.
That's Artemis. Okay.
They're called the Hunters of Artemis.
Period. True. I don't know why I thought it was Demeter. It's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Aries, god of war, violence, bloodshed, and manly virtues, which I don't like virtues too. Like, I don't know what
a manly virtue is.
Like, what would you consider?
So I can think of a lot of virtues, but none that are specifically manly.
Well, that's like, give me some virtues.
Because anything I would say, I'd be like, none that would fit for a woman,
right,
too.
That's what I'm saying.
They gotta mean, like, providing, like, that kind of stuff, but does Aries do that?
But he literally is god of war, violence, bloodshed. So, like, what fucking...
He's off at war, not providing
what
for
virtues
his family.
is he rocking with?
He's away.
Yeah, literally all the fucking time.
And then we got
Except
Athena.
when he's fucking with Aphrodite.
Yeah, that's his fam. Is he even married?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Then again, he could be. I feel like...
Maybe it just meant something different to the Greeks. It definitely did. I hadn't considered that. Definitely meant something different to the Greeks. Okay, Athena, goddess of reason, wisdom, strategy. I wanted to make a point to say she sprung fully formed from Zeus's forehead because he had a headache and split his head because he was like, this hurts so fucking bad. Been there.
Well, this is what...
Split it, out pops
gets
Athena.
Me is that it's fully formed. So it's like... His head's still small, though.
But he's a god, so maybe she was just fit. I don't know.
Like, damn, that would fucking hurt. Oh my god. Ugh.
I've definitely had a migraine that made me feel like Athena was living fully formed.
Like, if I just get it out, it'll be fine. Yeah. Sometimes, like, if I just take my eyes out, maybe that'll help. Because they're throbbing so fucking much.
The pressure behind them.
Yes.
No, been there, Zeus.
I like when I can relate. You know what I mean? I think that's so cool. Hephaestus, god of the forge, craftsmanship. I'm too far to get out. Invention, which I thought was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Fire, just because like with the craftsmanship and the forge,
the
maybe.
Smithing.
And also volcano. So maybe like with the fire,
that seems
forge
random.
And the smithing.
That does seem very random with the other shit he's got going on. I guess Greek people, though.
I know.
They were having some volcano problems.
That's what I'm saying. So they put two, they're like, 2 and 2 go together. That's like, I feel like they were like, this just makes sense. But to us, we're like,
what the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
All right, now we got Aphrodite, goddess of love, sex, and beauty. I also put her birth because it's crazy. Cronus' blood hit the sea, created foam, out pops Aphrodite. That's one story. I don't remember the other one now.
I don't remember the other one either.
I think she was born of something. That was obvious.
Comment.
That was the most roundabout way to put something. She was
in
born
the camera.
of something.
You can like zoom in because I definitely spit. Oh, it was disgusting. Okay, I've got. Are you done with yours?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so I've got 2 really quick to knock down. Hermes, god of travel, commerce, communication, borders, eloquence, aka fluent or persuasive, which makes sense. Diplomacy, thieves, and games. The games is interesting.
Fun guy.
Yeah.
I, real quick, hate the casting of Lin-Manuel Miranda as him for the Percy Jackson show. I don't even dislike Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, but as Hermes.
Don't give me him as a Greek god. Don't do that to me. Don't give me him as a Greek god.
You don't like him as a Greek god?
They're supposed to be hot. There's no part of me that finds him attractive. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that part. Am I wrong? You're gonna look at me, you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
Well, like, you basing it off of hotness. No, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded him being a Greek god. I didn't like that he was Hermes. Like, I didn't feel... This is so stupid. I didn't feel that travel, that commerce, that communication from him. I didn't feel that diplomacy or that eloquence, the fluent and persuasiveness. He didn't drip thievery in games.
I can see it, but drip would be a strong word.
Well, I mean, if it's Hermes, shouldn't he drip that?
You would think. But my point is still like...
That's what I said. I understand what you meant.
They see them and they're like, oh.
That is the most... Yeah.
And it's like, that's not Lin-Manuel Miranda. And it keeps making me think of him in Hamilton being like, stop. Like the little, like, oh.
I wish you kept going.
He icks me. I wish you kept going. I would have. Couldn't remember the rest of the words. I watched Hamilton twice like a regular person.
I've only seen it the one time, and one of them was with you.
Yeah, it was good. It was decent. I don't understand why people watch it 18 times.
It was really good.
But
it's quite long.
That's my 2 cents on that.
I got one more. All that chatter. Dionysus, god of wine, the grapevine, because, fertility, festivity,
fun guy.
Ecstasy, maybe.
Fun guy.
Madness, maybe. And resurrection. I don't know. Once again, it seems like every god or goddess has got like, okay. And then that last one, it's like,
I simplified mine so much. I didn't know we were going hard in the paint like that.
What the fuck? I just wrote, it's just like, it's, maybe it does look like a lot of words, but it really wasn't. Like, that really wasn't.
Yeah, but look, I got goddess of love, sex, and beauty. Those are all kind of the same to me. And like, you know what I mean? They're all related.
I wanted to write all of that up because it's absurd. How many did they have? All right.
So who would you want to be?
Let's get into some stories.
Oh,
what the fuck? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Who would we identify with the most with a god or a goddess?
I was going to say, who would you want your... Okay, 2 questions then, actually, because that's a different one.
Okay.
If you were in the Percy Jackson universe, which one would you want your parent to be?
Oh. Okay.
And you can pick...
Based off of whatever?
Because obviously we're both going to pick a top 3, or maybe not obviously.
Well, I don't know if it's obvious yet. I haven't even done the math in my head.
I've already thought about this a lot. You didn't think about this when you were reading the books when you were a kid?
I mean,
like a lot?
Of course I did, but it's been a while since I had that discussion with me now. Am I talking about me as a child or me now?
Well, I have the same answer.
Okay, well, what is it? Damn.
I would want to be Zeus. Zeus's kid.
Lighten shit up.
Clearly. Well, so let me think about my secondary choice, because obviously I would have picked that one. Obviously. Artemis is not off the table, because even though she doesn't have any kids.
Who would I want to be a kid of? That's a good question. Who would I want to be a kid of?
Even watching Annabeth too, I was like, I would never pick Athena. My only power is that I'm super smart.
Stressful. Like, I wouldn't want to have to carry that. No, thank you. Like, them always asking me what the fucking plan is. Me always coming up. No, that's so stressful. Oh my God, can I breathe?
Well, you also don't get anything, like, being really smart is really cool.
The recognition isn't as good as you don't get, like, that cool fucking powers. Hero. Yeah. That's what,
like, you're telling me Percy got water bending and I'm just really smart.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
There's a character like that in The Boys, too. Like, her whole power is that she's just so smart. And part of the plot, I'm going to spoil this a little bit, is that when she wants to have sex and do stuff, she has them lobotomize her first. And her brain just heals itself.
Well.
Specifically
The Boys is pretty unique with their, like...
They get weird.
Powers and their, like, the way around powers and all that. They really do. Yeah. It's a good show. Wow. All right. I don't know.
I was trying to get you to give you some time.
I just give you attentive listening, and my brain just doesn't think of. I don't know, man. Honestly, it would just be fun to just go hunting in the woods. But Aphrodite didn't have kids.
You're talking about Artemis.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Artemis.
What powers would the kids of Aphrodite
I guess
have?
Apollo.
I forgot.
Maybe I would maybe Apollo.
Apollo would be a good one.
I think actually I'm gonna go with that one.
I think I'd go with Zeus first.
Locked in.
Maybe
my choice
Dionysus
is Apollo.
Second.
Well,
honestly.
Yeah. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be nice.
Yeah. You'd be the life of the party every time.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And then identify with most.
Well, that one
definitely Dionysus.
Yeah.
Still.
But then also I would say no. So really wasn't feeling it, being like God of seas, water, so I wasn't feeling that one.
I could also do Poseidon. I think I really do enjoy a pond.
You belong in the world,
more than the next person.
I would also say Apollo.
That one's pretty good too.
There's so many in there that you could really just claim that,
Sunlight prophecy. I'm just trying to think what powers would come with them. And yeah, I'm still going with Zeus.
You're just thinking powers. And I was just thinking of what I was going to get from that. Just overall, and not just with what I could just fuck someone up with.
You don't gotta fuck someone up with it. I mean, it's just a cool thing.
What are you going to do with your lightning and thunder?
Help people out.
How?
First thing, I would probably see where the military was going. Go see what was going on with that. See what I thought we should do. Because what they gonna do? Shoot me?
This is so funny. What your brain is like automatically like. Okay, first and foremost, okay, I'm gonna do
I need to get in contact with the president.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, no, mate. All right.
All right. You want to tell time for some tales?
Whoa,
make sure we're still recording. Yeah, we are.
Cool.
That would have been awful.
We went so long. That would have sucked if we weren't. Okay. Do you want me to start on one, or
yeah?
Or do you? Me?
You go.
Okay.
You're already there.
That's okay. So I can make the same argument. I'm gonna say Arachne. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was waiting for the energy, man. Okay. So. Let me know if you guys can hear that, because it sounds like we have somebody beating on a bloody door.
Yeah, so for reference, we have a light we put upstairs that says we're recording.
Like, that's what that means. The light's on, we're recording. I really feel like she went to the counter and was like, bam, bam, bam.
It would be really funny if y'all actually can't hear that. But anyway, Arachne.
That will be funny, yeah. Hey, embarrassing on our part. Ignore it. Okay, so... there are like multiple versions of the story, but the overall takeaway from it is that Arachne, a maiden, okay, was being boastful about her weaving skills, and
she was an excellent weaver, I hear.
Yes, she was phenomenal. Almost so phenomenal that one would say that she's better than Athena, who was an amazing fucking weaver. A goddess, no lie.
Everybody's being so defensive of their weaving.
It was seriously. I think one of the versions was that like an older let's get the example like Snow White, where the old witch and she's like, hiding in disguise. Yeah. So like Athena's hiding in disguise and was like, oh, you better not say that. And she's like, no, I'm better than Athena. And then she's like, whoosh, like in her
back in
goddess
those days,
form.
when they knew these tales. I don't know why you would ever just not be careful, because anyone could be a god.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah,
if they can do that, that is the takeaway. That's okay. She shows herself as Athena in her goddess form, and so they have a little competition. And there are different scenarios where Zeus is the one judging it, which I don't know why. I guess because he was the god of justice and order or whatever, but
he's also just
seems biased.
Zeus does nothing but side quests.
But
he's always on a side quest.
Just, when is he ever in charge of
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is. Anyways, bottom line, that Arachne, it's some of them said she lost, but some said she won. So it's one of my takeaways is that she did win. And Athena couldn't find any flaws in it, and it was so perfect that she was like, oh my god, ripped it, fucking, and it was very distinct. It was hit her on the head 3 times. They called it a shudder, I think, or something like that. I didn't even write it down because I was like, I'm not writing that down. That's weird. They said
that makes me picture a fan.
I was picturing a weird
one of the fans you flip out
shovel.
and you just boop, boop, boop,
pop, pop, pop. Yeah, hit her on the head 3 times, and then it always was saying that she hanged herself from shame and embarrassment. Arachne did. And then Athena felt bad, so she was like, oh, I'll save you, turned her into a spider so that she's always weaving and very odd.
I love how they used to just come up with crazy shit.
Well, they came up with that, the existence of arachnids is answered with that, and then it also serves as a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
For comparing yourself to inabilities to gods, and something like that. So,
being too boastful.
Yeah.
I giggled when you said, and then she took off her hood and turned into her god form. So I was like, imagine Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Hunched over the hood, and then it's hey!
And he starts singing.
He's singing. He will be singing.
Haunts my dreams. Anyway.
That one truly does, doesn't it? That one gets you. Yeah, that one really gets you.
But yeah, I like how they used to come up with shit like that, because what spiders do is insane. The fact that they just do that.
Note, you saying that?
Do I have a spider on me?
No, Jesus, you need just a little bit here. You're on.
Oh, where I was crying because of Tinky Winky.
Funny story for later. Anyways, at work, I was in line and I looked up and there was a pretty big fucking spider. It was scary, but it was going to town weaving, and the way that the light.
I like how we call it weaving.
It's what the bitch was doing. And the light caught the web, and I was just watching this spider. It was so fucking cool.
It's cool.
And I was like,
or birds making nests. Nobody teaches them how to do that. Really they just do it.
Well,
and some of those nests are crazy. They make
they're very intricate.
Yeah.
Intricate. Yeah. And
some of them make bulbs. Almost.
Well, they're so strong too.
Yeah.
It takes not that I would ever, but it's they're so strong that it would take a lot to even just break that apart.
Yeah, because they use hair and they do kind of tangle it in and mud and stuff.
It's a skill.
There's a type of bird that goes under. I remember this because when I was a kid, I did a lot of rafting and stuff. And if you go under a bridge, you'd look up and there was these I have a hair that's tickling me. You would look up and there would be these orbs of dirt
that
so birds
fucking
lived
cool.
in.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. But I remember thinking that's so cool that they just make little huts that are of dirt that are strong enough that they trusted to sleep in it and stuff on the bottom of the bridge.
That is so fascinating. Wow.
Crazy.
Well, I like that.
Anyway, my tale.
Yeah.
I have the tale of Zeus and Danae. I wish this was closer to me. Yeah, so this is an infamous story, and I'm actually not going to tell you what it is to start with. I'm just going to start from the beginning.
Ooh, tease them a little.
So
I like that.
Well, this is Zeus, like I said earlier, is the horniest being that has ever existed ever. The lengths he would go to if he saw a baddie,
it's quite
to try to get in their pants, was crazy. And yeah, I choose to like go like a lighter way. A lot of the time it was rape, but like it's not real.
It's like, so he literally was just going around town and everybody was like with it. Yeah.
So in this one, Danae was a princess of Argos, which was, I think, an island. I don't know. She was the only child of her parents, which were obviously the king and the queen. And she, like Helen of Troy, was known for being super, super beautiful, like the most beautiful mortal woman. So, of course, Zeus is like...
Seems like to be the tale more often than not, no? They're like, this woman was so fucking hot. I just had to go talk to her. She was so fucking hot.
They probably all look the same. And you know, Aphrodite, she never seems to get that involved with this stuff. Like, she does. Sometimes she does, but it's normally Zeus going and wreaking havoc. Whereas they're like, don't call yourself too pretty. Anyway.
So true, man.
So she was the only child of the king, which is a problem because sexism. Obviously. She's a girl.
Bummer. That's all you had. Yeah. Can't do nothing with that.
And he's worried about having a son for an heir for the kingdom of Argos. So he goes to...
You gross bitch.
Yeah, I wrote, he needs a male heir so bad, gross bitch. He goes to an oracle. The oracle said, yes, your daughter will produce a son, but that son's gonna kill you. So he's like, oh shit.
Well, maybe she should skedaddle.
Yeah, and I wrote, he was gonna totally stab the king, as a reference to, we should totally just stab Caesar. So his solution...
That's good.
And the thing I read gave him credit for this, which kind of made me second guess myself and gaslight myself, because they were like, he didn't just immediately kill her. And I was like, good for him.
But, like, he should have immediately been like, it's his daughter.
Yeah.
But then again,
it seems to me this oracle, I feel like, messes with people, because in a way, whenever the oracle says something, it always ends up happening, and what makes it happen is always them trying to prevent what the oracle told them was going to happen.
It's always because they try to prevent something that you in turn...
Yeah, and then you in turn cause it, which, like, maybe then at that point, what the oracle says just goes, so maybe you should just take that as, I'm going to die soon, and then enjoy your life. Like, why are we fighting it? Anyway, so his solution, instead of killing his daughter or her offspring, like a lot of people did, was to lock her up so she would never have a baby. So he put her in this big bronze tower.
I mean, that makes, logical
put her
sense.
In a tower.
Yeah,
you know, that's what all the kings were thinking. I'm going to put my daughter in a tower.
She can't go anywhere, obviously. It's easy peasy.
So the tower had one entrance, constantly guarded, really hard to get in.
Super smart. This makes sense.
Panda Zeus. Okay? Sitting on
How
Olympus.
am I going to get in there? This beautiful woman, one door.
Yeah. You took that. He took that as a challenge.
Say less.
So he said, I got it. I got the best idea. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn into a rain cloud, and I'm going to come down through the roof as rain, and that's how we're going to do it. And he did.
Well, I mean...
in a golden shower of rain.
Because, of course, it had to be golden.
Yeah.
Could have been anything else.
Crazy. So, from that union was born a son, Perseus. You guys have probably heard of Perseus. So, the king was like, oh, shit, now she's got a son. What do I do now? What's the most logical thing for me to do? I'm going to put them in a box.
Get him out of here right now.
I'm going to lock the box. I'm going to throw him in the sea. Which, to me, I'm like, kill me. No, hey. Just murder me.
It's like you wanted me
Don't put me in a box in the sea.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He wanted them to hurt. That's, like, really fucked up.
Yeah. Like, there's really not a worse way to die than in a box thrown into the ocean.
Yeah.
Actually, that's terrible. But Zeus was keeping an eye because she's beautiful and it's his son, so now he gives a shit, you know? So he made sure it washed up on this island, Seriphos. Okay?
Okay.
So the king of the island sees Danae and he goes, oh my god, that bitch is beautiful. Must have her.
She must have been so beautiful. Yeah. Damn.
And Danae was like, no. And he wouldn't let up. It's been years, okay? Perseus grows into an adult man, Jesus. And this man is still not letting up.
Persistent.
But Perseus, like, helps his mom get, like,
of course he
this
does.
Woman's, this man's,
like,
taking care of him.
Well done.
Which I thought was cute that they named Percy Jackson that. This is going to keep circling back to Percy Jackson, because this is where my passion started, okay?
Well, I think it got a lot of people at a young age,
Yeah, so he being sweet to his mom, just like Percy Jackson, sweet to Sally Jackson.
You should be sweet to your mom.
So he gets sent off to get Medusa's head. He's willing to do it. In this story, at least, I've heard different iterations of this. But in this story, he's getting Medusa's head as a wedding gift to get the guy that's been harassing his mom married to someone else. So he's like, I'll go get the wedding gift, leave my mom alone. Comes back to his mom actively in a wedding ceremony, getting forced to get married to this man. And he said,
what are the odds showing up on the day of?
I know.
Like, oh
just
my
in the
God.
nick of time.
Yeah, seriously. The relief? Oh.
Yeah.
What if I missed it?
He used Medusa's head, turned that man into stone, and everyone who was helping into stone. Just a bunch of stones.
Oh
everywhere.
my God. He probably pulled the head out and was like, oh my God.
Yeah. You bitches. Everyone's stone.
That's ridiculous.
So I got the tea on that part. There's really nothing else after that about her. She like maybe found her in an island, but that's only mentioned in like one myth.
And then now she's just Perseus' mother.
And then at some point Perseus did kill her dad. Like on accident. I didn't get to the how.
But her dad is like awful.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
According to the myth, not as bad as other dads, but still pretty shitty in my opinion.
Well, I will say that takeaway sometimes isn't always fun to say. Yeah, not as bad as the other one. It's still fucking bad. God.
Yeah. None of these people probably existed either. But, you know.
Fun story.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the takeaway from that one's supposed to be.
Yeah, sometimes they were just wild fucking stories, weren't they?
Yeah.
Can you, like, oh my God, just knock the fuck out of that mic. My stomach, like, I don't know, like, I think because we have the headphones on, but, like, it has been growling so loudly. Like, so loudly. And I feel it vibrate my entire fucking body. I have not heard it
one single time. That makes you feel any better.
You have headphones on, and your hearing is, you know?
Bullied.
That's a fucking fact.
It is true, but I do have headphones on that's amplifying every noise.
It's such a strong word to say that. I said, your hearing is... I literally didn't even say words.
I only have one myth left, so you're going to have to carry the team.
Oh, okay. Well, I also only have one myth left.
Period. We might, we'll
I have other stuff to talk about.
We got plenty of time, dude. We're at 40 minutes.
That's not plenty of time. All right, here we go. Cassandra. Let's talk about her. Does anybody know who she is?
I'm excited about this one.
No, probably not. Maybe.
If you've listened to all our episodes, we have actually mentioned her before. I did mention that
because we were talking about Taylor Swift's album, and she had the song about
Cassandra.
that. So yeah, so excited to actually talk about her. Okay, so she was the daughter of King Priam and Queen Hecuba from Troy. Okay, so Trojan War. I mean, people are bound to know about that, right? I don't know what people know and don't know really
should know about that
stuff. Like that, it's like that's a big.
If you don't know about the Trojan
movie,
War,
like, I mean,
and you
they
would
had
like
the movie
to,
Troy. So it's like I feel like people just know it.
Inaccurate, I would say,
I feel like people just know about the Trojan War because of that period, because a bunch of people know that movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, she is from that time period. I wrote down that her meaning of her name was she who entangles men. I thought that was funny.
Sounds like Danae.
Yeah.
And Helen.
Really entangling men. Really up to that. Okay, so loved by the god Apollo, who promised her the power of prophecy if she complied with his desires. So she was like, accepted the proposal, received the gift, then refused his favors. I was like, I'll take that gift, but we're not doing anything. No. And because of that,
Cassandra.
He was like, oh, what the fuck? It was like,
oh, no.
Curse you. And the curse was that she still had the power of prophecy, but everyone would just never believe her.
That sucks. I feel like that's my life.
She was like, everything she was saying was like, this is gonna happen. They were like, okay, buddy. So she predicted the fall of Troy. So everybody was like, okay. And then it was like, in the heat of all of that, and when Troy does fall, they called it spoils of war, okay? So she was taken by Agamemnon, who was attacking
she's the spoil of war.
Yes.
Great.
That's how they would, right? So she was taken by Agamemnon to his taken to his fucking place after the war was over. And because of that, against her fucking will, okay, like, what is she to do about that? His wife gets, like, she predicted the death of Agamemnon.
So
okay,
vindictive.
That's what I'm saying. She predicted the death of Agamemnon. He was also like, okay, buddy. And when they got home, his wife was so pissed that he came home with this. But she was also fucking somebody else. She was like, she got a lover and was like having a good time. So why can't we just live in harmony with that?
So this is where like the misogyny is ancient.
The wife and the wife and the lover or whatever killed them, both of them, because Cassandra deserved that. So yes, it does. It goes on forever. There's always.
That's how she dies?
Yeah, she was murdered.
By someone's wife?
Just horribly.
Who she was a spoil of war for?
And nobody ever believed her ever. Thought that would be a really fun, sweet tale to tell.
Yeah, I love that.
Nobody talks about her. That's fucking horrible. So, hey, what's the takeaway?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I really just don't know.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, if you are interested in learning about the Trojan War, let's talk about Myths, Baby, that podcast. We wanted to bring that up, and I just realized we didn't.
Well, I wrote down, to end the episode, I was going to be like, what's going on in real time. So, if you're really interested in wanting to see it in visual form or another way, Yeah. But yeah, what's her name? Liv Albert. I wrote her name down.
Yeah, love her. She
great podcast.
Does such a good job of talking about it in a way that, like,
it's entertaining.
Highlights. It's very entertaining, but she also was like, and that's bullshit, the same way we're kind of doing right now. So, love her. Burp.
Nice.
There it was.
What you got?
You have 2 left?
Well, I don't have, I've got, like, little tiny details. They're not full stories, so it won't take as long. So you can hit your story,
okay.
And then I'll do a little bit after.
The story of Narcissus and Echo.
I like this story.
Because I thought it was cool, and you wrote some little tidbits about this, but it's really cool where these words come from. Because, like, these myths and stuff, and I honestly don't know which one came first, but I'm assuming the myth came first. So anyway, Narcissus was the son of a river nymph and a river god. So obviously you're the son of a nymph and a god, you're going to be beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very well loved, and he never would give anyone the time of day, ever.
Because, look how beautiful he is. Like, are you serious?
Yeah. What do you mean you're going to withhold your love from the masters that deserve it? Right. And Echo was a nymph, and she had been cursed already by Hera.
What you gonna do?
Many people are.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, Hera was trying to hunt down one of Zeus's prospective mistresses.
I mean, get it before it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was like, I see him
snatch that.
narrowing in. Apparently, Echo wouldn't shut up, and Hera got pissed and was like
just in general wouldn't shut up, or like
she was just yapping. I've been there.
She's just a big talker.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my god, shut it."
Yeah, so she cursed Echo to only be able to repeat back the last of whatever somebody just said. Okay. So not even the whole word, just like the last little bit.
Just the last thing.
Yeah.
Aw.
So, yeah.
That's so specific. Hera was like, let me think about this. Okay, fuck you.
What's going to be real annoying.
That's horrible.
So one day, this is actually a way shorter myth than I thought, by the way. So this is pretty short. Fine. So Echo sees Narcissus, and she's like, love him, oh my god. Like, they use the word fall in love, and I kept going back and forth. Like, I wrote, like, desired, wanted, and I was like, no, she probably was in love because of what happens next. She sees him, and she calls to him, and Narcissus actually tries to, like, call back to her.
Yeah.
And she can't respond. Like, she can't, because he's going, what? And she can't be like, what? Because that would be ridiculous. So she just doesn't say anything. So she goes up to him and tries to, like, hold him. And he's like, nah. Rejects her.
No, babe, I'm not into that. Thank you very much.
So she just goes off and dies of pining after him. Like, she just shrivels away. But she, like, all that's left of her is her voice. And it says that she hides in caves and rocks and leaves. And it's an echo, essentially.
Freaky.
Yeah, so she's still hiding and pining and repeating things. So that's what an echo is. Why do they always
have to make it like such a sad story? Like,
I know.
Why can't it be so cool?
It's whatever. But it is like, that's something to think about. I think about it every time I hear an echo.
That's fascinating.
Even still. When I heard this when I was a little kid.
Even still. Like, the way you
since I read this a few hours ago.
That's pretty funny, man.
So Narcissus, the gods see this happen, and they feel bad for Echo, but instead of helping Echo and, like, doing something for her, they're like, fuck this guy.
That's never been the thing. Yeah. That's never
and they cursed him to never be able to have what he loves most, ever. So one day he's going for a hunt in the woods, wanders over to get some water, because he's thirsty. Hunting is hard.
I've been hunting for a minute. I'm tired. I want water.
And he sees his reflection in still water.
And says,
and he's like, oh my god. And he tries to, like, grasp at it, and it's obviously just water. And he literally gets so upset, and he's like, why do you all not let me have my love? And he's like, we'll just die together. Him and his love, which is himself. Yeah, so he shrivels away and dies there. And when they go to get his body, he turns into a flower. Don't know what that's about. Maybe it's because he was, nymph. Yeah.
Flower.
Turned into a flower?
Like, isn't that a flower, though? There's a flower called, like,
I don't know, but I'll find out.
And she will. Shall I transition to a different topic?
Yeah, you can start yours.
Period. Okay, because you did the whole little, like, word thing with, like, narcissism and, like, Narcissus and stuff like that, in love with yourself. But, like, that is, like, a... Like,
he's a daffodil.
What the fuck? Something must be missed. What's the, like... What is the name of the... Like, what? No, I need more. Sorry, guys. That threw me off.
This is going to take me longer. Oh, a daffodil is actually called a narcissus. Various common names, including daffodil.
Okay.
So it's the same thing.
Okay. Wonder why we changed it. Okay. Well, I don't even know if I want to talk about that. Like, I will put a little note here that it is to be known that the Greeks created an alphabet or whatever, so they were able to... Where am I even going with this? Oh, the way they shaped, like, our culture and tradition and what we know and where our words come from and stuff like that. But that was taken from the Phoenicians, like, their alphabet, and then they... What did I say? The equal status with consonants and vowels. Whatever.
That confused the shit out of me.
I don't even know...
But you should say what you said about what the difference is between them.
Oh, fuck, man. I didn't write that down. It was the harshness of...
The breath breaking.
Something like that. Like, with the difference between vowels and consonants.
I had never thought about this before, but it was A, E, I, O, and U don't make you go the at all. So, like, if you think about B, B, C, K.
Yeah, the harshness of a K.
Yeah, you cut your breath. I think is what it was. Cut breath. So that's why they're on unequal footing.
So you're welcome for that.
And then we tried to say the letters of the alphabet.
The whole fucking alphabet, yeah.
Well,
it's better if we had it all right now. Do I have to just breathe into that mic with the laugh?
What's under that?
See, I would need to see it in front of me to...
That's as far as I'm going.
Where did the H come from?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
You're finishing on H on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's after?
I.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? This is why I would like to have the whole alphabet out.
I'm not going to keep doing this.
No, it's
trust
it's
I could if I wanted to.
Well, I mean, it's our podcast, you know? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll do like a rapid fire of a little something. Okay. So we've got some global companies that have been named after Greek mythical figures and stuff like that. And you could I wrote this. Where is it? Public tends to subconsciously associate the features of the brand with those of the original mythical character type thing. So, like, you see that and you automatically are going to that. So, like, we've got Amazon, you know, and you've got Pandora, the jewelry thing, like, things like that. And then Nike, the brand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The goddess of victory, like, so...
I remember hearing that in middle school, which, did you have to do this in middle school too, learn all the Greek myths?
I didn't have to learn all the Greek myths. I liked it when I was younger anyway, so I can't remember if it was school or me.
I had a class, and this was actually a cool teacher, so I think it might have just been her. But we had to learn, like, we seriously, like, took notes and took tests on Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, and I think we did a little bit of Norse, too. And I remember loving it, and it was right at the end of the school year, and I was, like, sitting in class with the windows open, a breeze going through the classroom, and I was just...
Oh my god!
Learning.
That's like just a hobby, even though you're at school. Like, I know. It was like, school so what?
That was the most I ever liked school my entire life.
Oh my god, Megan, that's amazing. I can feel that. Like, I can feel the sun on my back with my shirt. Like,
she would turn the lights off too, and we had that projector. Y'all remember those projectors it had like the big box on the bottom, and they would have like the transparent notes written.
Those, the even older ones, dude. We had the older version and then a newer one, but like sometimes the older ones were more fun. You know, they looked so gross and disgusting.
I would get so excited when they wanted me to come up and do a math problem on those.
We're so different.
I'd be like, yes, I get to write on it, and I'd be up there with my hands.
Oh, no, didn't want to be wrong.
I just like the tension. Still do.
Anyways, so the lessons they teach. Let's look into that. Okay. Achilles and his heel. You know, everybody's got one thing. You know what I'm saying? Arachne and her boasting. You know, like let's cool it.
Let's not boast.
Yeah. So it's like, can teach good behavior, moral thinking to the children, with Greek tales type thing, I guess is what they were going for. But then again, maybe they weren't. Maybe these were just similar to, fun stories.
Stories that you just, any story, like the princess stories, the Grimm's fairy tales. I think a lot of those were for warning.
It's going to annoy me that I'm not going to figure it out in this episode while we're recording it. But there is a word that I'm thinking of in the stories.
If you figure it out, I can put it on the screen.
I won't. This is like the time I'm here, I won't, and that's gonna annoy me. And I'm gonna listen back to this and watch it and be like,
"That's the word."
This. Anyways, I can talk about my cats a little bit, but
oh, we must talk about Hannah's cats. Yeah. Well, there's really not much to say actually because they're not Greek gods.
Are you serious? We'll post some pictures of them in their godly form.
I think it's gonna come get you.
She fucking
Lemmy and Miranda to knock on your door.
Bring it on, man.
Did you say your cats are gods?
He's gonna bust down my fucking door.
The Egyptians would agree with you. Maybe you should have named them after Egyptian.
Next time.
That would actually be kind of a cool idea.
No, I like that. I like that a lot.
Something to think about.
I like that a lot. I'll look into that.
A new thing.
Thank you so much for that. I wrote I wrote a few things with Greek mythology. Like we talked about the podcast with the Let's Talk About Miss Baby. Everybody knows Rick Riordan. Fucking best name. Yeah, apparently that's how you say it. Percy Jackson series, and he keeps on writing. There are so many. He's got so many Greek ones, but he did an Egyptian one. He did a Norse one. Song of Achilles. Madeline Miller.
Love that one.
Circe as well. I like that one a lot.
Also Madeline Miller.
Song of Achilles more, but Circe was just a really good book. So I'll
update y'all on that Poseidon book. So I have it for free. Not Poseidon. Persephone. I have it for free on Audible. So I can listen to it easy.
Another one. If anybody plays Assassin's Creed, they've got one. It's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So for my brain, that's why I wanted that game more than anything, because of the Greek stuff.
That one does appeal to me more than any of them.
Right?
And the Viking one looks cool too.
That one was really fun. The snow is so fun to be in. There's another one. There's a show on Netflix called Blood of Olympus. It's an anime. But it's very fascinating.
I don't like anime, and I did enjoy that. I didn't finish it, but I do remember liking it.
I can't say that I don't like it, because I haven't even watched it enough to even use those words. But I don't really watch it. So, but that I really enjoyed that one. And it had, the second season just recently came out, and it had a plot line of Hades and Persephone being this, super in love romantic couple.
I prefer that one.
And it's so, Megan.
I prefer that one so much.
I'm just going to want to show you that episode. I don't even know if you watched season 2.
I will watch it at some point. It was season 2 that I haven't seen.
It just recently came out. I didn't know they were going to make it a season 2 because the first one came out so many years ago, but apparently they've just been working on it the whole time.
Yeah, I forget, this is off track, but the Spider-Verse movies, the Miles Morales ones, those take forever. That was so good. They're so good, but I understand why they take so long. And I think they just fired the guy that does it, by the way. I don't think there's gonna. Yeah, I know. I was too hurt to look into it.
Are you serious? Oh my god!
Yeah, I'll be pissed if they don't make a third one of those, because those are. I think they're the best Spider-Man movies.
They're so good. Those are phenomenal.
So good, and I like him. I like all the Spider-Mans. But I really like the Miles Morales Spider-Man, the animated one specifically. Is there a not animated one?
No. Well,
didn't they cast
Wait,
Donald
that's what I was
Glover?
about to say.
But did he ever do it?
He's the uncle.
Well, he's too old now. If they ever did cast him, he can't do it now. That man's 40. Peter Parker must be at least teenager to 20s.
I have to look. It's been a while since I've looked into that because nothing's been coming out.
Yeah.
Well, we're just thinking about that now. All right, man. I love Greek mythology.
Me too.
I have a quote.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I haven't been putting it at the beginning of the episode anymore because I think people click off. But
when they see that,
yeah, the voting stuff is what we're focusing on right now. I'm gonna put the description in the bio or whatever. Description in the bio. The link in the description. for the voting thing. It's really important to vote, like extremely important to vote. Please don't go vote for Trump. Go vote for Kamala. Help your friends that are women, gay,
not to get too deep,
not white.
You're one person, them. And it does matter.
It does matter a lot.
Yeah, and not to tell someone how they should feel, but
I feel comfortable saying that if you are going to vote for Donald Trump, that it's going to actively harm me.
You're harming yourself more than you actually know, and you are also harming your loved ones and your friends and neighbors and your community. Period. It is that.
Love your neighbor. Also take care of yourself. Neighbor. But
yeah.
Anyway, quote of the week.
Quote time. You ready?
Yeah.
This one is pretty funny. From 2021.
Okay. Who is it?
Austin Bowman.
Love Austin quotes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Literally turns into a cocktail mocking dress.
What the? I love when people do that, right? Sincerely.
He does it a lot, and I love when I can get the quote down in time to
Well, he has the same issue I do, which is why I sometimes glitch and stutter.
Yeah.
It's because I try to talk at the same speed that I'm thinking, and I can't do it.
And when they come out of your mouth, they go, cocktail mocking dress. Yeah, dude. That shit is funny.
Katniss.
I know. That's what I thought, too. I was like, were we watching Hunger Games? When we were, when we were just talking? That had to have been.
Right? You had to have her on the brain.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's giving Hunger Games.
All right, well. We'll see y'all next week.
I hope you all enjoyed this.
Me too. And follow us at Musing. I put a little end screen now if anyone makes it to the end of this. It's cute. You'll see it in a second.
Oh.
Bye.
Oh, that's new.